And this is the base with the springs for the seat. I always wondered why the driver's side you sat lower. Well, now I know. You can see it's broken here, so we have no support at all on this side right here. So what to do? I don't know. Some type of metal. It's going through a clamp of some type, being held in. These are just like paper spacers, and then of course these, which provide the tension. I can see that they're still in good shape, but this is broken here. And I think I might have seen one more. Where was it? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. No, the rest are still in good shape. So what can I do with that? If I had a weld torch, I might think about zapping it real quick. I don't know though. I also thought about getting another type of wire or rod to go through there, but it has to be something that's not flexible. This is an unknown. This, of course, goes on here like that. Well, pretty darn sure nothing is available online at this point. So I'll have to come up with some fix. I might start with the weld/braze idea and see what happens. The foam is up here. It's not the best shape either, but it will be covered up by the cover. But we don't have any major indentations in it. So let me clean up the cover, see about fixing this spring or this wire, and we'll go from there. Well, I got the seat frame back from the weld shop, and they just did a very minor weld right here to connect the two ends that were broken. And I saw a lot of these, it's basically rolled up paper that they use for spacers to space out the wires. Well, obviously a lot of them had been broken, so I just went through some duct tape and applied that to keep the spacing as best as I could. Every place that the fiber was broken. And then I firmed it up with some zip ties at the bottom. So I think this will work pretty good. The passenger side, of course, is the tightest because it was a ex-U-Haul, so we had numerous different sized people coming in, sitting on that driver's side, which probably is what wore that down. I don't know how long these zip ties will last, but for the moment they're good. If they continue to work good, and even if they do break, I might just replace them with better concept. So this one is done. All right, got the seat, or the bench seat portion in. Previously I had the seat belts in already. I got a bit carried away on that. What you want to do is get the seat in and then feed the bolt end of the seat belt through the opening. Otherwise you have a problem getting the buckles through. And since you can move it forward quite a bit, it's not an impact at all. So just make sure you feed from the bolt end down. And when you put these bolts, they have a one portion on top is a larger diameter as a spacer, and you want to make sure it goes through both of the buckles. It doesn't go on top of the bottom one. Otherwise, just put them in, make them tight. So the bench seat is in. Next is the top, and that one I still have to assemble. It's sitting back here waiting for the newly cleaned cover to go on it. So that's the next one. And for anyone that's interested, the release bar on the upper half of the bench seat, best I can figure out, this is the orientation. This plate, which I think is just simply a spacer plate, is on the passenger side. The spring is in this position, so you would release it in this manner. And these bolts don't go flush all the way in. I didn't really pay a lot of attention when I took it out, and it caused me a little bit of a hassle trying to figure it out, but this is about the best that I can come up with. There's just no other way. You only got so many possibilities. The spring, I'm not positive. It may need to no, that's about the only place it's going to ride. And it does work. So we'll get it in and see how it works on the seat. And to go over removing the seat one more time, you basically just need two sockets. One is a 5/8 inch socket. You got 2 bolts on the front and 2 nuts on the rear, one on each corner. Then you use a T50 socket, somewhere T50, and that fits the star pattern for the bolts on the side of this upper seat. And after that, it's just a matter of paying attention to where the release, or how the release is positioned with the spring and the plate. All right, the seat, bench, and the upper or the back are in. Obviously, they have been cleaned and repaired, and it's about the best we're going to get. That stain that was on here, you can still see a little light discoloration, but overall, it's not bad compared to what it was like. I got all the other trim in, except for one piece here, which I do have. But I am missing the one on the other side. So I'm going to use this as an example and hit some body shops and see if they have some stock that maybe I can just cut a piece and drill it out. Because I've checked online, the only places that are selling these threshold trims, they're selling the chrome ones or the stainless steel. I just want the old cheapo plastic black. They're really hard to find, evidently. And the mat itself, it could be wiped down a little bit better, but at least it's clean, or cleaner, I should say. Trim here is in. This trim is all nice in. And then of course we do have a problem still with the headliner, but as long as it doesn't come hanging down, I'm just gonna have to ignore it for the moment. That'll be on a future project. And there we go.